to another episode of Damn Mad, Daughter and Mother.
Mother and daughter.
Today, first, you might notice we're sitting on the floor. Normally we sit on the blue velvet sofa that's here, but I sold it. And we are thinking about putting in some swivel chairs.
Yes.
So if you guys have any ideas what color we should go with, message us, leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you.
Here's a couple of thoughts, and then you can take it away from there, whatever thoughts of color you think would look good. But we're looking at something like maybe silvery gray,
To match up here.
black, gold. So we want to hear your ideas and your thoughts and suggestions, you know. We'd really like to know what you think, so please send us your comments and let us know what you think would look best in this room with this pretty blue painted background. So
Yep.
that's where we are.
So in today's episode, we're going to talk about my mom's room.
Yes.
Which is really exciting. So we moved in this house in 2017, and I was having my second baby in 2019, and I had asked my mom to come and stay with us for extra help, and it turned into something permanent. So, I mean, I always said I wanted to live with my mom for the rest of my life, so
Well, that was when you were a little kid.
Be careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
So when she first moved into the room downstairs,
Well, you guys may have remembered seeing some pictures we might have posted way a while ago about my room, and we were going to show you some after shots, and then
which we never did because we ended up having major water damage that took about 6 or 7 months for them to repair.
longer.
Yeah, it turned into, oh, there's a yellow thing in the corner. Oh, that yellow thing's getting bigger. Oh, that yellow thing's really big.
What's that smell?
What's that smell?
Have you ever had that one where you
Yeah.
walk into the room and you're going,
Yeah.
what is that? What is that?
But before all that happened,
Yeah.
my mom came to stay with us, and the room that she had downstairs was just like a mishmash of extra blankets and a bed and whatever we didn't need up here that we didn't use anymore, we put down there.
Yeah.
And knowing my mom, obviously my whole life, that's not her style. My mom was always like pristine and like beautiful things, always made things so nice. You know, we had one of those rooms in my house growing up, like you couldn't go in there, you could just look in there. I'm sure a lot of you had the same things too. And back in the day it was like floral furniture and like the color peach, but anyways, I digress. So I said to her, I was like, you know, Mom, if this is going to be something permanent, we got to make this your own space. Like, we need to do something pretty because this is not you.
Yeah.
And that kind of like snowballed into redoing the whole entire room.
Yeah.
So after, well, not even actually after, before the whole water damage thing is, we talked about what we were going to do, and I think that you had an idea of what you wanted. Kind of.
I kind of did. At first, I was going to go with some sort of an outback theme.
I think you wanted like something like Southwestern almost.
Southwestern, but maybe outback.
But like a glam Southwestern,
right.
I feel like.
And then it kind of turned a little bit, and then I thought, well, maybe I will do white, because I just had a lot of color in my life for a really long time, and I wanted
AKA the peach growing up.
And I just thought it might be nice to do something fresh and you know, start with a clean palette and then go from there and see what color would inspire me. So one of the thoughts had been to kind of do an iridescent wall that was going to be pink but white. So when you'd walk into the room, it would actually make you wonder if the wall was pink or if the wall was white. That's how light of a color I wanted it to be. So that being said, we chose a color. I chose a color. I chose 3 colors, actually. It was 3 different colors. And we did the whole paint test, you know, on different walls to see how the light reflected in the room on
Throughout
the
the
different
day,
walls
yeah.
throughout the day, you know, all the good things that you're supposed to do. And we decided to go with the one particular pink. I don't know what I was thinking, guys, but let me just tell you, it was like bubble gum.
No, you didn't realize it was bubblegum pink. Because I'm the one who painted your room.
That's true.
She was on a job, and I was home that day, and I was like, "I'll paint your room. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot to do." So because it was
good
a
like
ceiling and the walls, and I need 2 coats because I painted after the water damage was fixed. So it was like fresh walls. I put the paint up, and you know, like you have one of those feelings. You're like painting. You're like, this just doesn't seem right. I really don't think she wants this.
Oh my gosh, you know what? She actually texted me while I was on the job, and she goes, you know, Mom, are you sure this is the right color?
It was bubblegum
that
pink.
you wanted? And thinking
There's no guessing there. When you walk in, you know it's pink. You
it
don't
was
guess
like,
if it's white or pink. It was pink.
holy cow, pink.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Oh, holy cow. It's
So
just, yeah.
she came home, needless to say, she came home and she's like, I don't like this. And meanwhile, like my arm and hand is on fire.
She
from
needed a
painting.
massage.
And she's like, I really don't like that. That's not what I want at all. I'm like, oh my God, what do we do? So we kind of just played around between the white paint and the pink paint. And we did a little bit of pink in the white can and just mixed it and hoped to God that we had enough to go around the room. So I did another coat. I think I only did 1 coat actually. I don't remember.
Again, you did it while I was out on another job.
Right. So I did her room again, and it came out like I don't think I could ever replicate that again because it gave that iridescent look when you walk in here. You're like, oh, this is really pretty. Is that pink?
No, it's
It has
white.
like a tint to it. Is that? Yeah. So
Yeah.
it came out like amazing.
Yeah.
Exactly what we wanted. It came out. So you know what? All things happen for a reason.
Yeah, right. A freak mistake turned
Yeah.
into exactly what I was hoping it would turn into.
Yeah.
And with that being said, I found the right carpet for there, and being that it's tile carpet and it's downstairs,
Tile floor.
I wanted to make sure. Did I say just tile?
Tile.
carpet? Ah, you guys didn't catch that? Probably did.
Probably.
Anyway, so yes, we have the tile downstairs, and I wanted to keep that floor warm, so I bought a heavier, thick padding to put down my new carpet. And after that, we went shopping, and I was looking for a bed ensemble, but not, I think I was looking for something like kind of shimmery and maybe slightly ornate. But then Kat said, Mom, we were walking in the store, and she's like, Mom, look at this. This would be gorgeous in your room. And I was like, really? That's not what I was looking for. This is fresh, it's like cotton.
Yeah.
It's so clean, and it has just a little bit of, well, you'll see it in the picture, but it's really that real fresh, clean look that I was going for, and we glammed it up with a little bit of.
Well, the best thing was that you're like, I don't want that. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I know, that's
We
true.
walked around the store and she's like, do I like that? I was like, here we go. I'm like,
That's me.
I'm like, I don't know. So finally, I think we actually left the store and came back in because she wanted to buy it at that point. Like I had talked her into
Oh,
it.
and then I found this great bench that.
Before we go into that, let's talk about the pieces that we had in the room previously.
Oh yeah.
So there was an armoire in the room. It actually came from my husband's apartment before we even got married. This thing, I don't know how long it's been around, but it's
been wandering the earth.
yeah. So it has some miles on it. That was in the room downstairs. Oh, and then one of the dressers for one of my girls' room, I gave that to you too, and it was like the smallest chest of drawers ever. So we started to evaluate the furniture in that room. So we knew we wanted to paint the armoire, but the thing's massive. So just to like take it out of the room, sand it, you know, this and that, and it seemed like a lot. But we knew we wanted to do that, and then there's this little like insert cove, I'm not really sure, like
an indent in, right, yeah. It's hard to explain, but you'll see it in the picture.
yeah. So and then you knew you wanted a chest of drawers to fit in there, but something with more drawers, because the one that she had that I
That's
gave
tiny.
her only had 4 drawers, so you wanted at least 5. That was like the minimum.
Yes.
So, you know, we're watching our pocket, so we looked on the Facebook Marketplace, and we found a bunch of things that, you know, looked great, and it was so hard to find the exact measurements, but, you know, something came along, and it was beautiful, and it fit the space perfect. So, yeah. So now we have the armoire, we had the chest of drawers, and then you wanted a table at the end of your bed, which we did find something that we refinished, but in fact you found something at Home Goods.
I did. Yeah, it's great.
It's more like I'm sorry to say this, it's more like a farmhousey like feel to it, but you can always change things around, change out the hardware, paint the top. We talked about doing that, but we didn't do that. I think you did change out the hardware.
I did definitely change
And, you know,
out
the way
hardware.
the way that you style things too. I mean,
Yes.
it changes kind of the appearance.
Oh, and I needed a long night table. Not
yeah, like a
necessarily
deep night table.
wide, but yes, more depth from front to back than side to side. And fortunately, I found one of those also on Facebook Marketplace. And I ended up getting these really cool looking old suitcases.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and a steamer trunk. So,
We knew everything wanted to be white.
yes.
So we had our work cut out for us.
Yeah, we definitely knew it was going to be a little bit, we thought it was going to be a little bit of a challenge. And then, of course, my indecisiveness kicked in, and it was like, no, I'm not going to change the color of the armoire. Oh, definitely, I'm changing the color of the armoire.
Oh my
No,
god! So I actually took all of the
hardware off.
took all the hardware off, and she goes, "I'm not gonna paint it." I'm like, okay.
So we put all of the hardware back on.
And then she goes, "I'm gonna paint it." I'm like, "I'm not taking it back."
I took it back off. I took it back off, I promise I did. And so in the end, I painted the trunks. I painted all of the
Well,
furniture.
the armoire, there is this new. No, I don't know if it's a new product, but it's a product that we just
came across ourselves.
on the marketplace, and it's basically no sanding, you know, no like stripping, no sanding, and you basically just paint right on the furniture, and you kind of put like a finishing wax on it,
Yes.
and so we use that product.
Yes. So actually, it's from a company called BB Frosh. So hats off to you. Thank you for introducing this product and whatever it took for you guys to establish that product, because we used it and it was great. So thank you if
All
you're
the
watching.
furniture in there, I think we used
And
it on.
we ended up doing it, yes, on all of the furniture that you will see in my room.
It looks fabulous.
It came out great.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was very simple to follow the instructions. The company made it very easy. If we had any questions, we were able to contact
Oh yeah, you
them.
called them and
And they
very
answered
responsive.
very responsive,
Yeah.
quick to answer your questions, and very, very kind and polite, and just really helpful. So thank you guys so much for that. I can't say enough about it, and honestly, if we plan, which we do, plan on doing more furniture refinishing.
I'm doing my desk in my office. I'm gonna paint it.
Row.
Yeah.
So there you go, another piece to the missing puzzle here that you have to look forward to.
But going back to your room,
Mm-hmm.
so you painted the armoire. The doors just had the one knob, but she wanted these big, long. I think they were like almost 10-inch acrylic.
Yes, with a gold band around them.
Yeah, pulls.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, and then on either side of my bed, I had sconces put there, but
Wait, before we get to the
Oh,
sconces, let's
okay,
keep,
I
let's
can't
keep with
tell
the
you.
furniture. I know you're so excited.
sorry.
So, we put in those acrylic pulls for the
Yes.
armoire, and did you wallpaper the inside of that?
I did.
Yes. So we didn't want to paint the inside, and you know, you're putting your clothes in there. We're kind of like, do we paint it? Not. So we thought the best thing to do was to use like wallpaper or tack paper and just do the inside, so you know you get that nice smooth look. You know your clothes aren't going to get, you know, ruined, or the paint's going to rub off on anything.
Right.
And that came out great. And also the other hardware on there, you did, crystal, I think you did crystal knob
Yes,
for the inside.
Yes.
And on the bottom, was it crystal or was it acrylic? I can't remember now. Oh my
I
God.
believe
I think it was,
they're acrylic.
yes,
Yes.
they're acrylic.
Yes.
So
Isn't that funny? I'm in there every day and I can't remember. Yikes.
It's like you walk into your room and you forgot why you went in there.
I bet
Anyways,
you've done that too.
so the armoire, that's the finished piece of the armoire, just so beautiful. And then the chest of drawers that you had in the cove, you painted that white.
Yes.
And the hardware that was on there, all we did was take it off and I spray painted it gold, just to give it that extra like oomph and
Sure.
refreshing, like a refreshing.
Oh, and
of
it had a beautiful leather top to it, which
Yeah.
I kept.
Yeah,
Because I really liked the finish of that.
beautiful piece, beautiful
Yeah.
piece. And then also for your nightstand, you did also the acrylic to match
Yes.
the armoire. And then the table,
I did the crystal
you did the
knobs.
crystal knobs.
So it really tied the whole bunch of pieces in together so that when you see the room complete, everything kind of flows in the room.
Right, so even though you had the armoire and you had the chest of drawers and you had that table that had like a couple of drawers, you still need storage. So that's when you found that really great bench. It was long and narrow and it had storage. So that worked out perfectly on that one wall because it still gave you room to walk around.
Oh, and the trunks.
And the trunks.
Yeah, it all really played well together. Because I use all of that to store things in seasonal items and what have you, or items that I just don't need every day.
Yeah.
And it works out really nice.
And we shop on Facebook Marketplace all the time because there's always like random things that you find that people post and it's such a good deal and it's like beautiful pieces and we just end up buying them and we keep them in our inventory, I guess.
Yes.
And
Which seems to be growing and growing.
It
by leaps and
does.
bounds.
but going back to the sconces in her bedroom, that's something that I just bought because I liked it so much. I thought they
Yeah.
were so pretty and they were like a really good price. And they were crystal and they were just,
They really blended in well. The shape of them and so on just blended in very well with
the crystal knobs.
handles.
Yeah, the crystal knobs.
Yeah.
And it brought crystal over to the other side of the room.
Right. So I put those on either side of my bed. Now they can be hot wired. So far I haven't done
Hardwired.
that. But what did I say?
He said hot wire.
Oh, my goodness.
She's stealing a car.
What? Anyway, so what we decided to do is to purchase little
Like puck lights.
that you can just
They're
put on
battery
the
operated.
inside and then remotely turn them on and off if I
Right.
want. And I have a little light on that table too
You
that
have a
I
lamp,
have a very low wattage light bulb in it. So it just gives a very warm glow when you walk into the room in the evening without having to flip on the bright lights.
Yeah.
And it's kind of nice because in the evening, when you're coming in and out of the room for whatever, you don't feel like you're being
Blasted with
blasted with light.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of where that is.
Yeah, so there's also a window in her bedroom, so we put, you found these beautiful curtains, like, I think they were on clearance.
They were on clearance.
They were on clearance, that's what I'm saying, you find these random things. They were on clearance, and they had the crystal, like on the edge of the curtain, the trim.
Just on the,
Yeah.
but on the long side of the curtain. So when you look at the curtain, it has a satiny kind of sheen to it. But if you look very closely down along the sides,
The
there's
trimming
just
is like a crystal,
tiny
yeah.
trim of crystal on it. Very unique. I haven't seen them ever again.
Neither have I. There was
But-
something like randomly we found, I think it was at Bed Bath & Beyond, we found them.
Random.
Yeah,
But it worked really well. And you know how we always love to put our curtains from the ceiling to the floor? Well, in this case, because it's behind my headboard, you're not really going to see that. So we really let them be shorter at the bottom, but
Yeah,
they're
'cause you didn't
still
see
all the
that.
way to the top. So you still have the illusion of a long length curtain.
Right, right.
Even though it's behind the headboard. Just a little tip for you if that's something that you were considering.
So basically the room was all put together and then the headboard came last, which is
True.
unusual.
Yeah.
So we got the headboard, the indecisiveness. She was like dating 2 headboards. and she's like, I just don't know which one. I need to pick one. So, finally she settled on one. And we got it in, and it was a little different color white than the rest of the room.
We thought it was going to be off, but it turned out that it
Right, at first I was like, oh,
To
I
match
don't know, and then, I wasn't sure, but then when we actually put it in place, it looks really nice.
Yeah.
It kind of gave you all these different tones of white, which sounds like when you just say it out loud, it doesn't sound nice, but you'll see in the picture, it came out beautiful.
Yes, because they're not complete opposites. They are subtle differences. So, I think that's why it works so well. You know, just a little touch of color in the pink pillow, like I mentioned earlier. There's some silver in one of 3 of my pillows. One
The
more
the
prominent.
pillows on your bench are the ones that have the color, the
Yes.
pink in there.
They
give a little
taupe.
something to the room.
Yes.
And then the bed is just all the crisp white and maybe like a pillow that has
An accent.
an
of silver.
accent of silver and it sparkles and winks at you when you walk in the room.
I like that, wink wink. Yeah, so after all of the, things that went wrong with that situation.
The water damage.
The water damage, and if you recall me having posted, now it's been more like 9 months ago,
Yeah.
the original pictures to that room, you'll see quite a transformation. And now that it has been transformed, I've been thinking that I might want to transform it again, but not this year, but soon.
Yeah, we already talked about it actually. And there's
I
some
have
good
another-
ideas.
I have another plan for that room, but right now I'm enjoying the warmth and welcoming feeling that you get when you walk in there.
Yep.
So I'm anxious for you guys to see the pictures and tell us what you think, and let us know if you had an opportunity, especially to see the before pictures and the after pictures. Again, don't forget, let us know what you think about the seating in
In the
here
office.
for this
So we have
space.
something to sit on.
Because this is great, but sitting on the floor can get old fast.
And we still have to get up.
Well, that being said,
Right. All right, thanks guys. Talk to you soon.
great. Have
Bye.
a great weekend. Bye.